This is Dr. Vicky. I am presenting to you from the Ethical Times and Dr. Vicky at WBAI, a special today. It's extremely special. I'm getting to personally talk to someone I've known for many years, someone I respect, and someone I've had a lot of growth and development myself with her, and her name is Carol Tannenbaum. This is a special we're doing on 9/11, 2011, and this is for our station WBAI 99.5 FM here in New York. We need your support so that we can continue this type of programming. I'm going to be interviewing Carol, and I can tell you that I want to give Carol a little background so she knows where I'm coming from. 9/11, I had moved in after a very traumatic time into a home. I had boxes everywhere. I had not moved out of the boxes. When 9/11 occurred, I was shocked, upset, angry, rage, fear, all the mixed emotions that everyone had. Approximately the 1st of November, the California Medical Board, in their own psychosis and shadow behavior from 9/11, they psychologically got to the point where they thought, we can do anything we want. There are no rules, there are no regulations anymore. We've had 9/11 happen, we have the power. We're the authorities, we're enforcement, we can do whatever we want. I was already in psychotherapy for post-traumatic stress for the things they had done, and for things in my personal life that collided with the medical board attacks. I came home on November 11th to find the doors off the front of my home, to find all the screens in my home destroyed, all the cabinets destroyed, everything of value taken from my home. That's my story. My questions are, what was the experience Carol had? What's the experience over time? What happened short term? What happened long term? And what is the shadow of all of this? What is the shadow that happens to all of us in this country? So this is not your regular, let's do the little story. This is an in-depth analysis of 9/11 with Carol Tannenbaum. And I want to thank Carol and welcome Carol. Carol, welcome.
Hi, thank you, Vicki.
Welcome, and thank you so much for doing this. I know how difficult this is.
My pleasure.
Okay. Why were you in the towers?
I was working for Aon Risk Services, a very large insurance brokerage at the time. I was in the habit of getting to work early, and on that particular morning, I was at my desk, ironically packing up my desk to move to a higher floor that day.
What floor were you on?
I was on the 92nd floor.
So you were way up.
Yes.
Now, were you in the North or South Tower?
South Tower.
Oh my goodness, the South Tower.
Yes.
Okay. So, what time was it, like, when you arrived?
About 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. What happened?
As I was packing my desk, there was a very quick flicker of the light, just a sort of clicking noise, which I didn't pay too much attention to until a few moments later, somebody came running around from the other side of the floor, which faced the North Tower. I was on the south side of the building, and this person was yelling that number 1 is on fire. That's all I knew at the moment. And being an insurance person, I thought I better get the heck out of here because even though the fire was in the other building, who knew? They shut down the elevators when there's a fire. I grabbed my pocketbook, called my older brother, who is a photojournalist that lives in the neighborhood, to let him know that I didn't know what was going on, but I thought there might be a photo op. And the woman who's now his wife answered the phone. She told me that a plane hit the building.
Wow. So you heard from her what had happened.
Yes.
There was no percussion, it was just the lights flickering?
Yes, I didn't hear really much of a noise from where I was. So I had my bag in my hand and I headed out toward the emergency stairwell, which was very close to my desk, and immediately started heading down. Surprisingly, there were not a lot of people on the stairwell, but what struck me immediately was a woman. She didn't work for my company. I don't know where she came from. Was having a very serious panic attack, screaming, "We're all going to die. We're not going to get out of here," kicking and screaming when 2 men actually grabbed her under her arms and were forcing her to go down the stairs. And I started down. So as I was heading down the stairs, I think that I was somewhere in the 50s, I'm not sure what floor, when an announcement came over the loudspeaker by the Port Authority saying that everything is under control, you can go back to your offices. Unfortunately, that lulled me into a false sense of security. I stopped my travels. There were some people working at some company right where I was.
About what floor were you on by this?
It was in the 50s. I'm not sure exactly what floor it was. But these people invited me to come in. They said the air was a little cleaner inside. I hadn't realized that the stairwell was getting stuffy already. I went over to their windows to see what I could see, what was going on, and somebody fell right down in my line of vision. I was so overcome by that I went back into their lobby, this company's lobby, and sat down.
Okay. You need to hold on right now. I want to tell everyone we're now hearing the description of Carol Tannenbaum explaining to us that she's, heard by a phone call out that she made out to find out what had happened, and that a plane had hit the other building, and that she's now making her way down the stairway when she gets this notice. We'll be right back. You're listening to WBAI. This is the ethical doctor, Dr. Vicki, with the Carol Tannenbaum special here today. We'll be right back. And remember, call in. You'll want to get Carol Tannenbaum's story, her DVD, and hear all of this and keep it as an archive for your own use. We'll be right back.